What if I told you that every time you quit, your brain changes? Not just emotionally, not just mentally, physically. Tiny neural pathways weaken, confidence shrinks. Your brain quietly learns a dangerous lesson. I don't finish things. And after enough repetitions, it starts believing that's who you are. But something incredible happens the moment you stop quitting. Not when you become successful, not when you become rich, not when you achieve your goal. The moment you simply refuse to quit. Your brain begins a transformation that neuroscientists have spent decades studying. New neural pathways form, motivation changes, discipline grows, confidence returns, and slowly, the person who always gave up disappears, replaced by someone capable of things they once thought were impossible. Today, we're diving deep into what actually happens inside your brain when you finally stop quitting. And by the end of this video, you may never look at persistence the same way again. Most people think quitting only affects the goal. They think, I quit the gym. I quit learning a skill. I quit my business. I quit my dream. But quitting affects something far more valuable, your identity. Every action sends data to your brain. When you consistently quit, your brain records a pattern. The pattern says, starting is easy, finishing is optional. After enough repetitions, this becomes your default behavior. Imagine a path through a forest. The more people walk on it, the clearer it becomes. Your brain works the same way. Every habit creates a pathway. Every repeated action strengthens it. Quit enough times, and quitting becomes automatic. Not because you're lazy, not because you're weak, because your brain has practiced quitting. And practice makes permanent. This is why people often sabotage themselves. Not consciously, subconsciously. Their brain has learned that discomfort equals escape. Challenge equals retreat. Difficulty equals surrender. And without realizing it, they become trapped in a cycle. Start, struggle, quit, repeat. Years pass. Dreams disappear. Potential remains unused. Not because they couldn't succeed, because they trained their brain to stop before success arrived. Now imagine something different. The alarm rings. You don't want to get up, but you do. You feel tired, but you continue. Progress is slow, but you continue. Nobody notices, nobody applauds, nobody cares. But you continue. This is the moment your brain begins changing. Scientists call it neuroplasticity. Your brain constantly rewires itself based on behavior. Every time you continue despite discomfort, you send a new message. The message says, we don't quit anymore. At first, the signal is weak, a tiny whisper. But every repetition makes it stronger. Soon, the brain starts expecting persistence. Then, it starts rewarding persistence. Then, persistence becomes normal. The person hasn't changed overnight, but the brain has started building a new identity. And identity changes everything. Because once your brain believes, I am someone who finishes, your actions begin matching that belief. Here's something most people misunderstand. Confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence comes from evidence. Think about it. Why is a professional athlete confident? Because they've proven themselves thousands of times. Why is an experienced entrepreneur confident? Because they've survived challenges before. Confidence is earned evidence, not positive thinking. Every time you refuse to quit, you create evidence. Evidence that you're stronger than yesterday. Evidence that discomfort won't break you. Evidence that setbacks aren't the end. Your brain stores this proof, and eventually confidence appears. Not fake confidence, real confidence. The kind nobody can take away, because it's built on experience. This is why small victories matter. Making your bed, finishing a workout, completing a chapter, showing up consistently. Each action tells your brain, see, we finish things. Over time, confidence becomes inevitable. Most people chase dopamine the wrong way. Scrolling, notifications, entertainment, instant gratification, quick pleasure. These activities give short dopamine spikes, but they disappear quickly. Then the brain wants more, and more, and more. This creates dependency on easy rewards. But when you stop quitting, something fascinating happens. Your brain begins associating dopamine with progress, not pleasure, progress. The workout becomes rewarding. Learning becomes rewarding. Building becomes rewarding. Improvement becomes rewarding. You no longer need constant entertainment because growth itself becomes satisfying. This is one reason highly successful people appear obsessed. They're not forcing themselves. Their brains have learned to enjoy progress. While others seek comfort, they seek advancement. And that difference changes everything. When people constantly quit, their brain interprets discomfort as danger. The smallest challenge triggers stress. The smallest setback feels overwhelming. But persistence trains the brain differently. Each time you survive difficulty, your brain learns something powerful. We survived. Then again, we survived. And again, we survived. Eventually, stress loses its power. Challenges stop looking like threats. They start looking like opportunities. The same obstacle that once caused panic now causes focus. The same setback that once caused surrender now creates determination. Your circumstances may not change, but your response changes completely. And that's where true resilience is born. Most people quit because they can't see progress. What they don't realize is that success compounds silently. Like planting a seed, for weeks nothing appears. Then suddenly, growth explodes. The same thing happens in the brain. Every day you persist, neural pathways strengthen. Discipline grows, focus improves. Confidence increases. Resilience develops. At first, the changes are invisible. Then one day, you notice something strange. The task that once felt impossible feels normal. The challenge that once scared you feels manageable. The person who once quit no longer exists. You didn't become different overnight. You became different through repetition. Tiny actions, repeated consistently over time. That's the secret. Not intensity, consistency. One day, you wake up. The goal isn't finished. You're not famous. You're not rich. You're not perfect. But something feels different. You trust yourself. And that changes everything. Because trust is more valuable than motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Self-trust remains. You know you'll show up. You know you'll continue. you know you'll finish. Not because it's easy, because quitting is no longer who you are. The strongest people in the world aren't the most talented. They aren't the smartest. They aren't the luckiest. They're simply the people who stayed when everyone else left. The people who continued when everyone else stopped. The people who refused to quit. And the moment you become one of those people, your brain changes. Your habits change. Your future changes. Your life changes. So if you're thinking about giving up today, remember this: you are far closer than you think. Not to success, to becoming the kind of person who creates success. Keep going, because every day you refuse to quit, your brain is building someone stronger. And one day, you'll thank yourself for not stopping. If you're still watching, comment, "I don't quit." Not for me, for yourself, because the person you're becoming is created by the choices you make today, and today, choose to continue.